Okay, so this is the second outline, and we said there's kind of 3 lectures that go together. This is the war itself. So this is the during. And we're going to look at it 2 different ways, but we're going to continue those themes that we talked about in the last lecture, the contradictions of liberty and freedom, excuse me, and the ways in which we're seeing women kind of be a little bit more political. So first we've got the first part of the outline uses the words like the revolutionary rhetoric. So where do we see those ideas of liberty and freedom being applied to women's conditions? And we're going to see Abigail Adams in her famous Remember the Ladies is going to make that connection. And then also, again, kind of another example of women being a little bit more political. Then, though, we're going to talk about Sally Hemings, and we're going to see she completely reflects that contradiction of talking about liberty and freedom, but 1 out of 5 people are enslaved. The second part of the outline is going to look at what women's experiences were in the war itself. So again, that first part is kind of thinking about like the rhetoric and those ideas of the revolution. The second part, like what happens in the war. And so there's 3 women there that we're going to use to try to understand that experience. The first is Esther Reed, and the second is Sarah Osborne. These 2 women, particularly Esther Reed and Sarah Osborne, they demonstrate for us the ways in which there's more possibilities for women in the revolution. Again, that may be a possibility particularly with Reed of being a little bit more political. We're going to see each of these women kind of push the boundaries of what's okay, and then we're going to see the ways in which there's possibilities, but then there's also still limits to that possibility and limits to that change. And then the third woman who's on there, Deborah Sampson, she is going to fight in the war. She's going to go to battle. And we'll see a whole lot more happening in the Civil War. But Deborah Sampson is our example of this during the American Revolution. All right. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the discussion board. Send me an email. Take care.